Hello book reading friends, Arya here, and today we're going to read a book named Chicken Talk. And you might be like, what? Chicken Talk? That's crazy, right? They are just writing with their claws on the dirt and stuff words, so you might want to see this. Chicken Talk. Farmer Otis and his wife, Abby, loved their chickens. Their children, Willie and Belle, loved them too. All in all, there were 11 hens, and the 7 white feathered Joys named after Abby's mother, Joyce, who loved white chickens. Joyce. There was one colorful rooster named Pedro, who protected his hens from foxes, hawks, and weasels. Pedro. Boo! Bitsy, Grace, Beatrix called Trixie. Abby made them salads with fresh lettuce and arugula from her garden. She collected their eggs in the hen house. Thank you, dear girls, she said as she put the eggs in her basket to sell to the neighbors. Joyce, Beatrix, Joyce, Bitsy. Okay, they're covered. Willie and Belle wrote each hen's name on her eggs. Trixie, Bitsy, Boo, Grace, and the 7 Joys. The neighbors liked that. They had their favorite hens. Willie and Belle read books under the big tree. The chickens peered and pecked at the books and cocked their heads at Willie and Belle when they told stories. Every day, Willie let the chickens out of their big pen so they could scratch in the dirt for bugs and worms. They loved being out and about. While Pedro lurked in the yard watching for danger, the hens sometimes sat on the porch chairs and looked out over the meadow like elegant ladies. One morning, Willie had a great shot. Belle, he called, come quickly! Belle ran from the garden. Willie pointed. Did you write that? Belle looked. She shook her head. In the dirt, they read a message. No more arugula. Maybe Mama wrote it, said Belle, or Papa. Willie shook his head. They're at the market, said Willie, and only the chickens eat arugula. Otis and Abby drove into the driveway and walked up the hill with shopping bags. Willie pointed to the words scratched in the dirt. Trixie trotted over and looked at Otis and Abby with her bright, beady eyes. Trixie wrote that sentence, whispered Otis. Yes, said Abby. Don't tell anyone, said Otis. They'll think we're nutty. Abby nodded. I thought Trixie liked arugula. When Abby went to collect eggs in the morning, she called another message. Otis, Willie, and Belle came running. The sentence read, The fox is not intelligent. Otis looked at Pedro. I heard a kerfuffle near the pen last night. Good job, Pedro, called Otis. I heard your squawking and the flapping of wings. When I came out, the hens were safely in their hen house, and you looked very proud. Do you think there will be more chicken talk? Asked Abby. Yes, said Otis. Yes, said Belle, and there was. Willie and Belle found more chicken talk the next day under the tree. No more stories about brave chickens. That's Boo, said Willie. She always has her beak in a book. They learn their letters from looking at our stories, said Belle. Soon the secret came out. Trip, the mailman, found a sentence in the dirt by the mailbox. You drive too fast. Tearful chickens cross this road. Did you write that, Otis? asked Trip. No, said Otis. Bitsy did. She's bossy. Sounds almost poetic, said Trip. Too poetic for a chicken. No one in town will believe that your chickens can write. I don't believe it myself. And the townspeople didn't believe it. How could a chicken write? Why would a chicken write? No other chickens in town wrote a message in dirt. Come see for yourself, Trip, said Otis. Put your tent and spend the night. Trip bought his small brown tent and sleeping bag and pillow. He set up near the chicken yard. Everyone went to sleep. There was a full moon. Early in the morning, while Trip was still sleeping, Willie let the chickens out of their pen. In the kitchen, Otis smiled as he drank his coffee. And soon it happened. Outside there was a loud howl from Trip. Otis opened the kitchen door and looked out. Trip clutched his pillow. His tent collapsed on one side. He pointed to a message in the dirt. You snore, and there is a snake in your tent. A small snake slithered off into the bushes. It's true, said Trip, trying to catch his breath. Who wrote that? Pedro walked up to them, his eyes shining. I'd say it was Pedro, said Otis. And you, said Willie. Now everyone in town knew about the chicken talk. Being the mailman, Trip saw everyone, and he told them how he was saved by chicken talk. Everyone in town bought more eggs and wanted to know the chicken talk of the day. And there was lots of chicken talk. Too hot. Can we have a fan? Too much rain. We need an umbrella. There are new chicks. Come see. Has Grace written anything? Asked Abby one day. Grace is shy. Maybe he doesn't have anything to say, said Otis. Grace was Otis's favorite hen. She had golden feathers lined in black. Sometimes the sunlight made her feathers gleam like jewels. She is quiet, said Abby. I liked the quiet, but it wasn't quite for long. On Sunday morning early, there were 7 messages. Too many Joys. I'm the real Joyce. I'm not Joyce. And not me. I've never been a Joyce. I'll never be a Joyce. No more Joyce. What will we do? Said Abby. Nothing, said Otis. They'll tell us. Well, there are 7 Joyces. And they did. Names were found all over the dirt yard. Willie and Belle discovered them in the driveway, and in the pen, and by the barn. Josie, Lucia, May a lot, Jane, the real Joyce, Emily Dickinson, Belinda, Mickey. Trip again found one name in the dirt by the mailbox. Who's Belinda? He called. One of the Joys. New names, said Otis. And then it was quite peaceful, said Otis. Papa, said Willie. What? We'll never tell all the white-feathered Joyces apart, no matter what they have named themselves. Otis smiled. I know, and believe me, they'll tell us more chicken talk, said Belle. In the front of them, scratched in the dirt, were 2 sentences. We love you. Good night. Grace came over to look at them all. Grace, whispered Otis. It was you. Grace, said Abby. Grace, said Willie and Belle together. That was the kind of chicken talk they loved. The end. Now we have some questions to answer. Why would a chicken talk? Let's answer that. To make you understand, how would a chicken talk? Because they read from books and learned their letters. Can a chicken talk? Answer is yes. See you later.